Listen, like I said, JayZ and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
No, you're perfectly entitled.
What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Welcome back to Moxy Approved. I made a video not too long ago about how JayZ will not be following P. Diddy to federal prison. Piers Morgan had on Jaguar Wright and a few other people, and this whole JayZ conspiracy theory about him being as bad or possibly worse than P. Diddy, it went mainstream on Piers Morgan's show. But there's a certain caveat to it, and when you really look at it, Piers Morgan is actually helping out JayZ. For those of you who are not familiar, let's start with what happened on his show. Jaguar Wright went on Piers Morgan's show and said a few things. Watch these clips.
So you want to know why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and JayZ are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
JayZ has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately: Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple.
Now, one thing about Jaguar Wright, me coming from Hollywood, I do know there's some truth to some of the things that she says.
Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to bid for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job.
And this in no way is me stating or even implying that the girl is lying. But the main problem with her is her delivery. For one, I had no idea she was a former sex worker. Now I get why she's going this hard at Diddy, right? But let's just be real. The woman's delivery is off. I'm not about to sit on here and act like it ain't what it is just because we all want to see Diddy go. I mean, look how she presents some of this stuff.
Our culture and our society for decades, it must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
cruelty-free artistry.
Right, there's been a lot of.
I want you to look in the screen and tell me right now, in your personal screen, look at me and tell me right now, if your Uber Eats driver showed up with your food to your front door and she started talking like this, let's be real, would you eat the food? I'm not eating the food. I don't, if y'all, look, that's on y'all gonna eat the food. I'm not eating the food, okay?
Our culture and our society for decades, it must stop.
There's been obviously a lot of
cruelty-free artistry.
Right, there's been a lot of.
Said a lot of important things, but the purpose I'm making this video for is, as she has catapulted this JayZ story to the mainstream, Piers Morgan did his whole media job where he made sure she would come off looking crazy and a lot of stuff she said will be swept under the rug. Because look who Piers Morgan brings on next and listen to what they have to say.
I do care. Thank you very much. Well, I'm joined now by the host of Vlad TV, DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad, I mean, pretty horrifying listening to these testimonies. What did you make of what you just heard?
Well, Jaguar Wright is known to be a conspiracy theorist. I don't really co-sign anything that she says. I've never had her on my show, and I don't have any plans to have her on my show.
You don't believe her?
She got an album in 20 years, and a lot of this stuff is just stuff she's heard, things she's making up, and so forth. I'm not saying that there aren't serious things that Diddy may have done, but yeah, I can't co-sign anything that Jaguar Wright is saying, if that's your question.
You can actually hear Jaguar Wright like actually trying to blurt out under his interview.
Seem to involve the sex workers and probably certain types of people that are kind of in an inner circle. No. And we'll see if those names are.
But Piers Morgan didn't stop there. Look, I know these media tricks. All right. He didn't stop there. He put up an attorney after that who was very fair. I must admit, very fair. But you have to listen to what the attorney, this is an attorney for one of Diddy's victims. You have to listen to how the attorney talked about this.
I kind of want to address the prior two panelists. First with Mrs. Jaguar Wright. She said a lot of things that were very jarring in her explanation of what she saw and had firsthand accounts on. My concern for her, she's saying a lot of things that could be considered libelous. Right. And I would suggest that she contacts an attorney, if only to vet the information she has or purports to have from other victims. At least they can protect her, and then they can also do their due diligence, the attorneys, to make sure that the information she's receiving is accurate outside of the things that she knows and may have proof of. I was very concerned about some of the things that she had said in her prior segment.
Right. Now, when you listen to that and you read into what she's saying, okay, what you're saying is might be true, but why are you here on Piers Morgan's show and you're not talking to a lawyer? Truth of the matter is, the way she came off didn't necessarily compliment what Jaguar Wright was saying. And this just goes to my point of me telling y'all, JayZ is just a different monster. The way he moves, he's not as sloppy as Diddy. Now, some of y'all watching this may not be that familiar with me. Let me tell you what our main motto is over here. We don't do the echo chambers. I'm saying that to say, where some of y'all, a lot of y'all, most of y'all are used to going to YouTube pages where it's echo chambers. You go to YouTube pages to hear someone say something that you like. This ain't the page for that. I'm gonna say what the authentic truth is for me, someone that's been in the entertainment industry. I said all that to say, this ain't me saying I'm not a JayZ fan, all right? This ain't me saying JayZ is innocent, okay? This ain't me saying JayZ don't deserve to pay for some of the stuff that he did. What I'm saying is, for JayZ to go down, you're gonna have to use a different tactic because he's that evil, probably more evil than Diddy, okay? Perfect example. Look at what he did to Dame Dash, right? Watch this clip.
So they want to make sure that they can make and I want them to make sure, I didn't send them to do it, but they themselves saw that Jay was doing some funky shit. Now, for anyone that tells me that someone that's fucking up $1 million of my money and that I shouldn't be speaking on it, you're a dumbass. No one's ever owed you millions of dollars. No one's ever assaulted you for years and had a conspiracy of fucking people that go to funny parties to try to get at you or stop you from what you're doing. You can't tell me that when you read that someone says that their copyright goes back to them in 6 years while I'm trying to sell it, and y'all don't be like, yo, why would he try to devalue the brand and think that I shouldn't say anything about it? Like I'm always talking about him. Nobody's always talking about him. He's always trying to aggressively stop me from getting my money. And this is something that the state noticed. So now, and then they tried to make it like, because what Jay's crew did was they made an application to transfer the copyright back and it was certified. Certified means it was delivered. An application means it was an ask. That doesn't mean anything. He's just trying to be cute. The reason why, if someone's so good at copyright law, you should know this. Earn your leisure, you should talk about this because this is important. The state found the contract that Jay signed for reasonable doubt. I'm signed as the CEO, the boss, and he signed as a work for hire. Jay worked for Rockefeller Inc. And because of that, he's not considered the author. So that law is not applicable to him. The state brought that up. So on Breakfast Club, you know, I heard homegirl, and she even sent it to me, and I told her, I was like, yo, that's just an application. Don't get caught up in that. You're saying things in public, you know? And
Now, you see, this is diabolical, folks. This is nasty work. This man JayZ had me and most of y'all watching thinking that Dame Dash catalog ownership of Reasonable Doubt is going to go back to JayZ in 6-7 years. According to him, that was all a lie. And I actually believe his side of the things. It's just the diabolicalness of JayZ. He's just a different kind of monster. What Diddy went through with them liquor agencies, that's what JayZ is doing to other folks. Oh, and about the liquor stuff.
But I do know you believe that the reason why they coming at him is because he tried to sue that liquor company, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Do I feel like Diageo purposely started fucking with him? Absolutely. That's a huge, Diageo's a huge fucking company. And I think once he started coming out trying to sue Diageo for racial discrimination, I think they was like, oh, okay. This is what you want to do?
JayZ already took his hand at going after the liquor company.
He also won his lawsuit against Bacardi for $750 million. Jesus.
Look, though, 750, and I still got 24% of the company still.
I mean,
bruh.
You can say that he won. Remember when Cristal was a big deal? I don't hear too much about Cristal anymore.
In a 2006 Economist interview, the managing director of Louis Rodera was asked if the Hip Hop Association could be detrimental. To which he replied, "What can we do? We can't forbid people from buying it." Well, that was it. All mentions of Cristal in hip hop ground to a halt.
Cristal, they racist.
JayZ responded by calling the comment racist and removed all bottles of the champagne from his 40/40 clubs.
Who is he? Who are you?
And for my last trick, I made a video not too long ago about JayZ that you need to check out on why he won't follow Diddy to prison. It's because of this main informant that he has helping him run Roc Nation. And since I dropped that video, people have went and found another older video of one of the most well-known snitches ever in the hip-hop community talking about Miss Perez, how connected she is to the Fed. Now, this is a guy that himself worked with the Feds. He's telling you how she's connected to the Feds. Watch this.
Perez is a Roc Nation executive that works with Meek Mill. Matter of fact, let me show you. She works with Meek Mill. She's right here, look. What is that? Meek Mill pleads guilty to old gun charges served, right? So people pick and choose who's this? This is Desiree Perez. This is Meek Mill. This is Desiree Perez. This is Meek Mill. This is Desiree Perez. This is Meek Mill. Meek Mill, Desiree Perez. Let's find out who's Desiree Perez. So you see her right here with JayZ. You see her with Meek Mill. You know what I'm saying? She's an executive at Roc Nation. There she goes right here, right? Let's see who Desiree Perez is, right? Got you right now. Give me one right here. Look, Desiree Perez. The Daily News, right? Let's go to the New York Daily News. Okay, let's go to the Daily News. The story that spooked Dash revealed how Perez, the wife of longtime JayZ wingman Juan Perez, became a cooperating witness for the DEA in the 1990s. Again, this is public information. This is public information. Desiree Perez became a cooperating witness for the DEA in the 1990s after her 1994 arrest for possession of 35 kilos of cocaine. Perez struck a deal with the feds, agreeing to wear a hidden wire to record her meetings with major cocaine traffickers, the cartel. Her undercover informant work won her courtroom praise for federal prosecutors, as did mine, after she helped them break up major drug dealers in Puerto Rico and Colombia. So I don't live, right? The live is being paused. You see Meek Mill right here with Desiree Perez, right? She's part of his Bell with JayZ. This part of Rock Nation, right? She's a executive at Rock Nation. But then you go saying, yo, listen, we don't fuck with rats. Your executive is a rat. So you pick and choose? Because if you don't want to be around rats completely, you're with a rat right there. She cooperated for the D. And you rolling with rats now. But you know what? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody is gonna be like, yo, nobody's gonna expose this. You're with a rat every day. You're with a rat every day. You're with a rat. Your prison reform, your bail reform is with a rat. Oh no, she wasn't street. She was selling kilos of cocaine. You don't want nobody to know? It's right here. Let me show you. Desiree Perez and Meek Mill. Desiree and Perez and Meek Mill walking out the courtroom. Desiree Perez and JayZ, right? Desiree Perez struck a deal with the feds, agreeing to wear a hidden wire to record her meetings with the major cocaine traffickers. Her undercover informant work won her courtroom praise for federal prosecutors. So who?
I don't think that JayZ is in the clear of none of this stuff. There's probably some stuff out there. I know for a fact that someone that came from Hollywood, you hear a lot of blurry rumors about JayZ. The thing with Diddy, which even Jaguar Wright said, we all knew how evil Diddy was. I told y'all a couple years ago on the same YouTube page, if I went to sleep and woke up and I was Diddy, it'd be hard for me to not think about unaliving myself, right? We've been knowing how evil Diddy has been in the industry for years. A lot of y'all, you know, my own personal life, I was going around telling people about the diabolicalness of Hollywood. You know what they were saying back to me? You know what y'all was saying back to me? I even hear y'all say this to Corey Holcomb sometimes. Oh, you think everybody like that. Oh, you just wish you was further in Hollywood, so you hating on other cats. That's what y'all be saying when we tell y'all these stories, right? But now that this comes out, now everybody's a Diddy expert. Now everyone's a JayZ expert. When really, we just need to see and watch what comes out. A lot of people talking stuff about JayZ. We ain't seen an ounce of evidence or anything like that. Once again, I'm not on JayZ's side. I just know there has to be a page with no echo chambers. If I went to sleep and I woke up and they did an indictment on JayZ, hey, it's entertaining, it's interesting to me. I'm gonna look it up, I'm gonna cover it. I'm not gonna be heartbroken, just like I'm not heartbroken when something happened with P. Diddy. I just know a lot of people jump into conclusions. I'm still waiting to see the stuff that we was promised months ago on TD Jakes, right? We ain't seen nothing. And all I'm saying is, I will be very interested in seeing how this is all gonna play out with JayZ, because he a top tier demon. He's top tier. And I'm hearing a lot of talk. I ain't seeing too much evidence. Even when you listen to what Jaguar Wright is saying,
he starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response.
That's how JayZ moves. But you let me know how you feel about this in the comment section. Yeah, that's what this page is about. We don't do echo chambers over here. It's Moxy Approved. We talk about all this. You let me know how you feel about this in the comment section, what you agree or what you disagree with. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. See y'all here next time on Moxy Approved.